So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride. You've got to pimp my
ride. Hello, my sirs, mates, and ladies out there. How's it going? It's Brad Wheelan, also known as JJ57, and welcome back to another episode of GTA 5, A Pimp My Ride. Now, today, you're probably like, what the hell are we looking at over here? What is this monstrosity of a machine in Grand Theft Auto 5? Now, this right here is the Oppressor Mk2, and it's not released yet, but it's been found in the game files, and it's going to be one of our little drip feed DLCs. Now, let's take a look at this thing. We're going to get off it, let it land. What have they done to the Oppressor? What is going on here? This thing doesn't have wheels. It just has one giant jet turbine through the middle of it, and of course, you saw me shoot there. We still have the booster pack. So we get on here, we float up a little bit, and we can actually boost off still, and then we can fly with our little jet engine. Like, what the heck's going on? So anyway, we're going to be customizing this vehicle today, because of course it does have lots of customization options. I shouldn't say a lot. They could have done better, but it has a few, so we can change some stuff on it. As well as you actually have to customize it in a mobile operations center of sorts. So it could be the new Terabyte, could be the mobile operations center we already have. All that kind of good stuff is yet to come. You know, it's going to be released in a future DLC in some random week. We're going to get this crazy machine right here that's almost worth $4 million. Almost 9 million, I believe, is the non-trade price, and then the trade price is like 2.8 or something like that, which I imagine is going to be hard to achieve that trade price. So why don't we get right into modifying this vehicle? Unfortunately, we can't customize it inside a garage because, like I said, we do need that mobile operations center. And with mods, how I'm customizing it right now, it's just not as easy to do as it is to use a menu like this. Anyway, so we have two different kinds of engines for customizing this. We have the stock engine color, which you can see on the side there's just chrome, or we have this vortex engine, which it's kind, you know, it is kind of hard to see. I won't lie, but it kind of looks here. Let's get real close to it there. So you change from the chrome to kind of like this black tubing, I guess. You can't really tell. You know what? I'll throw it on there. Sure, why not? Oil tank isn't actually an oil tank. We have shaft or full air. So it looks like we have some countermeasures on this beauty right here, because, you know, with a beast like this flying around the sky, you are going to have some people wanting to shoot you down, so definitely throw those on. In fuel tank, not actually fuel tank, the mod menu's got it wrong, it's a little messed up, but these are the missiles. So right now there's machine guns on this, as you can see sticking out the front nose there's little machine guns on the side. We can get explosive machine guns, so see the front end changes there a little bit, the barrels are bigger on those guns, or we can get homing missiles, which again, you can see the homing missiles put in there. Now, all three of those options are terrifying. The explosive MG already is good. You know, it reminds me of the Hydra when it comes swooping in with the explosive MG. Now, homing missiles too, like, absolutely crazy. You know what? I kind of want to throw the explosive MG on there because I think that's kind of cool. We're going to max out engine, of course. I don't know if that actually makes it fly faster in the air. That's kind of unclear, but you know what? We're going to check it out now. Liveries. Of course, we got lots of options. We got all these camos here. Kind of hard to see what the color I got on there right now. There you go. We got the Modern 5 color, the winter camos. We got just tons of them. We got the digital camos. We got, you know, all the camos you guys are used to seeing in your bunker when the Oppressor first came out. Tons of them. That desert fractal actually looks pretty badass. We got the more digitals. We got pink and green, yellow and blue, kind of these splatter camos. Blue and green, the hunting camos. Blue tartan, which is kind of cool. We got this Santo Capra coins, which is actually kind of a cool one. It looks like we have sort of like a black with a blue pearlescent on here is what it's spawned in with. We have the Nove monochrome. We got the multicolor. And finally, we got our Dalla livery on here. Check that out. Just bills everywhere. In-game, I'm wondering how much that kind of thing is going to cost. You know what? I kind of like this desert fractal. It's kind of cool. Window tint, I don't even think that does anything. License plate, also pointless. Wheel category, if I actually select wheels, just in the mod menu, will that do anything? Yeah, the wheels literally won't do a damn thing, because there is no wheels in this. Tire smoke, I imagine that doesn't even work. Neon lights, xenon lights, not neon, I didn't put neon on there. And all the bulletproof tires and stuff, that's pretty much all we can do as far as modifications go. Huh. Even less than I thought. It's just the weapons. You can change the engine in the side. and then we can put a livery on there, and that's all. And I mean, you know, it makes sense. What else could you possibly do on this vehicle? But let's go back to painting it, because we can do that at least. They're not going to take that away from me. What do we want to paint this as? The reds do look kind of cool. The oranges, also pretty interesting. I feel like you're going to want to make it just sort of an all camo sort of deal here with some sort of brown. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Or even this moss brown is kind of interesting. This makes me want to go change the livery now. If I were to do something like a moss brown and then go back and we find a new livery for it. Oh, that one actually looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. The naval geometric actually looks pretty cool with that moss brown. Also, this one does. The large geometric. You know what? Maybe I'll try the large geometric on this. And we're going to take it out for a little fly around. Now, I'm going to show you guys a couple things that I learned with this. Up and down on the stick there, just flies up and down. You don't need any sort of boost. You're just going to be able to fly around this thing no problem. Now, it also has a booster. As you can see here, I'm going to click the right bumper for Xbox. I don't know what the PC and, of course, PS4 controls are going to be about the same. I don't know what the PC controls are for that. And you notice how it's not recharging. It's not recharging. And a lot of stuff, you know, like the Oppressor Mk2, I guess it is technically now. It actually recharges when you touch the ground. Well, look, when I go down to the ground, not recharging. How this one recharges is when you're not using the jet engine there. So if I actually slow down, it'll recharge. And then if I'm going full speed, it won't. But if I let off the engine there, it'll recharge again, and I'm back ready to go. See, it didn't recharge fully because now I'm back on the engine. So kind of cool, right? So I guess you do have unlimited flight in a way. You can kind of just glide around however you want. But then if you lay off the engine there, it'll actually recharge your booster for whatever reason you would need that booster for. Because this thing's already fairly fast in terms of just flying around. But you can just kind of levitate. Like, look at this. You can just kind of float around. No issue. I think you slowly fall down. But I'm not really sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you kind of just hover. And that's what the Oppressor Mk2 is going to be. What has happened to GTA 5? Why? How has it come to this? How has it come to this? I imagine Rockstar, when they first released the game, never envisioned anything like this happening. You know, being part of a DLC. But apparently it's what the fans are asking for. Or maybe it's not what we're asking for, but they just keep force-feeding us all this Oppressor crap. So, you know what? We're going to have a new terror threat in the sky. It's no longer going to be the Hydra, because this thing can now, you know, fit down alleyways. It can swerve between buildings. And I imagine if I go hit a building over here, all I'll do is fall off. No, it didn't even fall off. Didn't even fall off. Now, that could be because of some of my mods and that kind of stuff, and I imagine collisions, you would still fall off. But still, not blowing up a Hydra when you crash, just, you know, falling off your bike, getting back on and wreaking some more havoc. Absolutely insane. That is what this DLC is looking like for getting the Oppressor Mk2. Now, it's going to be super expensive. Obviously, not everyone can afford it, but that is kind of a good thing. Now, let's check out this gun here. Okay, it is a very slow-firing gun. So I can't create too much destruction, and it is hard to fly. If you notice here, flying it is a lot of up and down, and the gun moves from like all the way up at the top of my screen, all the way to the bottom in like a millisecond. So it is relatively hard to steer if you were to. There we go. So blew that up. So it is actually pretty hard. So the missiles might actually be better since that the explosive MG is actually fairly slow. So if I go down to fuel tank and put the homing missiles on, this might work a little better. If we can shoot some missiles around. Holy crap, I almost blew myself up there. So it seems as though, you know, it's going to be a little hard to control, which might be your disadvantage, but being able to lock onto people, these missiles right now are not obviously locking onto anything, because I'm just playing around in solo, so there's nothing actually to lock onto, no players, but these missiles will be pretty crazy, because you should be able to dodge, you know, go down in here where places you can't fly a Hydra, but you can fly the Oppressor Mk2. So, you know, I'm excited to what this is going to be like, what GTA Online public lobbies are going to look like with this. You know, I'm more of a pacifist. I'm not going around killing people, so if I have one of these and you guys see me in a lobby, no need to worry. But other people, you better watch out, because there's some mean people out there in GTA Online public lobbies. So you better watch out for anyone flying one of these. I'm hoping it's going to be a big symbol on the map showing you guys that an Oppressor Mk2 is nearby, and to be careful, because this is going to be a scary one. I don't know what this is going to look like, especially with the new Strike Force plane, which I will be doing a kind of Pimp My Plane, Pimp My Ride on a little bit later. you'll be seeing that, is actually a crazy vehicle as well. It's a crazy new plane with lots of, you know, dangerous features for the rest of us that, you know, for the rest of the people that can't afford them are just sitting ducks in a lobby now, which is kind of crazy. So that concludes this kind of Pimp My Ride video information session, whatever you guys want to call it. Just checking out the Oppressor Mk2 because I didn't know too much about it until obviously I spawned it in and tried it out for myself. So I hope I gave kind of an in-depth enough feel to how the bike rides, or I don't even know what to call it, how the aircraft rides, perhaps. So you guys can kind of get a feel for when it comes out, what you're going to be looking at when that Drip Feed DLC comes to us, whenever Rockstar is going to release that. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for a lot of the other unreleased vehicles I'll be checking out. Hopefully stuff like the Stafford and the Scramjet will be better customization-wise, but I still figured I wanted to customize this today and, you know, more importantly, check out what the features of this deadly new aircraft bike is going to be. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below if you have not already. And as always, sirs, have a good day.